So, what if I told you there's this one chapter in the Quran that's recited, get this, over 2 billion times a day, but that most of us are totally missing its biggest secret? What if this prayer was never supposed to be a monologue, but an actual live two-way conversation? It's a really weird paradox, isn't it? This chapter, Al-Fatiha, it's the absolute heart of Muslim prayer. We all know the words, we could say them in our sleep, but for so many of us, that feeling, it's just gone. The meaning has kind of been lost in the sheer rhythm of doing it over and over and over again. And let's be really clear about this. This is not about a lack of love or sincerity. It's about being on autopilot. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your lips are moving, but your mind is already on your to-do list, your emails, what you're gonna have for dinner. We've turned a direct line to the divine into background music. Okay, so let's try to completely reframe this. The name itself, Al-Fatiha, literally means the opener. Just think about that for a second. It's not just the introduction to the book, it is the key. And it's designed to open you. And this is exactly why underestimating it is such a huge deal. I mean, think of this chapter as the gateway. If you just rush past the main gate, how can you ever expect to see what's inside? It sets the entire tone for everything that comes after. You know, it's even called al-Kitab, the mother of the book, because it basically has the DNA of the entire Qur'an packed inside it. In just these 7 short verses, it tackles the biggest questions there are. Who is God? Who are you? And what in the world are you even here to ask for? It's a whole universe of meaning in just a few lines. Okay, now this next part, this is the core idea. Seriously, this is the shift that can change Al-Fatiha from a script you just recite into an experience you actually have. No, really, just think about it. So often, prayer feels like we're just talking at the ceiling, a one-way broadcast into the void. But what if it was never, ever meant to be a monologue? What if it's an active, real-time conversation? And look, this isn't just some nice, poetic idea. It comes straight from a sacred hadith, a direct narration from God, which says that when you recite Al-Fatiha in your prayer, Allah responds to you, verse by verse. Your prayer is literally a live conversation. Let's just walk through this dialogue for a second. You begin, all praise is for Allah, the Lord of all worlds. And boom, instantly the response comes, my servant has praised me. He's listening. You've just been heard. Then you continue, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. And again, right away a response, my servant has glorified me. You see, this isn't a monologue. This is call and response. You are actively building a connection one verse at a time. And then you hit the pivot, the absolute heart of the chapter. Did you catch the shift? You stop talking about God and you start talking directly to Him. You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. That line, that's not just poetry. That is the decision. It's a declaration. And just listen to the power in the response to that declaration. A covenant is made. This is between me and my servant. It just became a personal pledge. And it's followed by a promise. And my servant shall have what he asks for. Just like that, the door is swung wide open. So before we even get to what we ask for, just look at how God introduces himself. The order of things here, it's everything. I mean, really think about that. Of all the possible ways God could have introduced himself to us, he chose mercy. And he says it twice. Before any mention of judgment, before power, before majesty, he leads with mercy. That's the entire foundation this whole conversation is built on. So what's the difference between these two types of mercy? Well, Ar-Rahman is this huge, all-encompassing mercy that's happening right now. It's for everyone and everything in this temporary world. It's the kind of mercy that calms today's panic. Ar-Rahim, on the other hand, is a more specialized, permanent mercy for believers that secures your future. That's the mercy that anchors tomorrow's fear. You know, here's another way to think about it. Ar-Rahman is like the hand that catches you while you're falling. And Ar-Rahim is the steady road that keeps you from falling again. You need the rescue, right? And you need the road. You get both right at the start. So, you've established this incredible dialogue. You've acknowledged that the whole thing is built on mercy. And now, after all of that, it's finally time to ask. The entire conversation has been building up to this very moment. And you gotta notice the beautiful etiquette here. You don't just jump in with a list of demands. You build the relationship first. You praise, you acknowledge his mercy, and only then, after you've been promised you'll get what you ask for, do you finally make your request. And after all that buildup, what is the ultimate ask? It's not for wealth. It's not for success. You ask for the one thing that makes everything else fall into place. Guide us to the straight path. Because real guidance isn't just a gift. It is the gift. So, how do we actually take this beautiful idea and make it real? How do we break that lifelong habit of autopilot prayer? Well, let's run a little experiment. The very next time you stand to pray, don't even try to be perfect. Forget that. Just be curious. Treat it like a chance, an experiment, to experience this chapter in a totally new way. Okay, here is the 3-step experiment. It's simple. First, as you start, just consciously remind yourself this is a dialogue. Second, and this is the absolute game changer, after each verse, just pause. Take one single conscious breath. That tiny little space is where presence comes rushing in. And third, in that pause, just try to feel the response. Acknowledge that you've been heard. And when you're done, ask yourself this one simple question. Did I just recite, or did I return? Did I just say the words, or did I actually use them to come back home? Because at the end of the day, that's the real purpose of the opener. It's not supposed to be a routine, it's designed to be a return. It's not just there to start your prayer, it's meant to start your awakening every single time.